We have platform habitat, right, on the left at 9.41 miles away. Where would you say the horizon is? The horizon is denoted as where the sky appears to meet either the land or sea.
I don't know, further than 9.41 miles.
Right. Great answer. So, what does that tell you? This image that we have here currently is what? This image is actually taken at 1 foot observer height. This is from a video, in fact. Okay? So we can provide these videos as well. So if this is taken at 1 foot observer height and we're able to see quite simply that the horizon is, what, 9.41 miles away? No, I'd say 10 miles away, maybe even more, right? What does that say about the radius value?
I don't know. But how do you know that oil rig or whatever it is actually 6.21 miles away? If you just listen to some guy and be like,
"Oh, it is." No, those are known distances.
We have people
known distances. There's more than one way
and did that.
And there's more than one way of using this as well. And most people don't bring this up, and it annoys me. We can actually use infrared viewfinders, and the same infrared viewfinders, in fact, that we use in the military. You know, the ones that we use all the time, actually to accurately, and I mean very, very accurately, use air blast artillery. So air blast artillery meaning that if I knew something was 6 miles away, and I knew that the window inside that house, and inside that house, 100 feet inside that house would be where my guy is I want to kill. I could make it blow up at not just 6 miles away, at 6 miles and 100 feet, so that it would hammer through the side of the wall and it would explode in proximity and airburst exactly that many behind, right? So the point in being is we use similar rangefinders in order to denote distance, right? And the reason that we know that is sometimes used is because some platforms are floating platforms, some aren't. These ones aren't, I don't believe. So we know these are agreed upon distances. Google agrees on these distances, and that sort of is your sort of authority if you're sort of coming from the heliocentric model. Right? So what I'm trying to show you here is this, right? How is it, okay, that we could ever assert that we have ever measured a geometric horizon, okay, on the Earth? How are we asserting that this is a geometric horizon when it is way past the point that is necessitated by the confines of the numbers of 3959 of the radius? This is 10 times further, in fact, of what we should be observing.
See, it goes back to your point earlier of just not trusting stuff just because you hear it. You know, I haven't.
Not trusting stuff.
Like your whole thing, right? Is not trusting.
We trust measurement.
No, but this is beautiful because I already know. Hold on, Red. I know that you already know that if we're telling the truth, something is wrong, because you said, how do we know that those oil rigs are that far? Because you know that the argument is that, oh, hell no, the horizon can't be that far, so something must be wrong with this. Well, guess what? You don't have to trust us. You can take that Earth curve calculator, go to a beach or something. Do it yourself. Doesn't have to be these oil rigs. It could be a boat. You see a boat out 30 miles, it's over.
Well, I'd also say if you're being honest with yourself, right, I would say you're probably about 6 feet or more, right, or a little bit less. Okay. Are you telling me you've never seen a horizon when you've been at the coast that is further than 3.48 miles away?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Just from looking how far away a horizon is. If I'm being.
Well, no, but the issue is, dude. Listen, the issue with that is, dude, as you say, you don't know. Okay. You do know, right? You don't need to know exactly how far away that is.
You don't know. Sorry.
Exactly. But the issue is the fact that you don't know proves that you know that you haven't actually been sticking to or adhering to this exact formula, because you are one height as a man, right? So every time you go to a beach, bro, guess what happens?
I'm pretty tall. I'm a
Wait there.
I've just said.
Listen, every time you go to a beach, it doesn't matter how tall you are, you're not over 8 feet, okay? Every time you go to a beach, the horizon should... Okay, sweet, that's good, that's great. So you should always be seeing a horizon that's about 3 miles away, no matter what, and it should always be 3 miles. So you're telling me you've never seen a horizon that's either been further or closer?
I don't know.
Your
I
eyes
can't.
measure
My
miles.
eyes.
Come
aren't
on,
like
be
those military
honest.
Lasers. I can't, bro. I'm telling you.
Wait, so you guys are
my
seeing
eyes
like
aren't military
distance?
lasers.
Like,
He's just
You
in
see,
complete denial, or
bro,
he's
you got a
just
HUD, bro.
troll.
Your eyes got a HUD. You see, like, yo, this boat, it's 3.53 billion miles away. Blah, 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 do, do, do.
Well, you're fucking retarded.
Pyro just began.
And Denmark might be right. I didn't. Yeah, he might be right.
I just missed it, but could I quickly?
He's done. Yeah, he just died. Yeah, we got him.
Oh, what happened?
Good
Bro,
job,
can I just say,
boys. Good job.
if you guys, right, you're probably gonna, I don't know, kick me or something.
Nice Pyro.
You guys,
Well, no, listen.
Relax.
We'll
It's about
let
effort.
Wait,
boys,
stop.
listen, 1 sec, 5
Stop.
seconds.
Stop running. Shh, shh.
Hold on,
Stop
hold on.
moving.
If you guys,
Hold on.
if you guys put
Stop,
this amount of
stop.
effort
Zip it.
into proving, like,
Zip,
furthering
zip.
actual good science, imagine what you could do.
define
Shut
good
up.
science.
King of Raccoons.
We
King of Raccoons.
We gain nothing from knowing the shape of the earth. Nothing. It changes nothing.
Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Let me just get this from King of Raccoons. I don't know if you anchored this point, but King of Raccoons, you understand that the observation that you were shown of the oil rigs does not comport with the globe model. Do you understand that?
No, that's not what I get from that.
What do you mean? The globe model predicts a horizon at 1.2 miles, and you agreed it's beyond 10.
You've shown me 2 pictures of oil rigs.
Yes,
okay,
and I'm
with
saying in
numbers
that image, you understand that does not line up with what the globe model predicts, correct?
That's an image, bro. This is a picture of 2 oil rigs with 6.2.
Yes, from a video. Yes, this is one
Doesn't
example
mean
which
anything.
shows something. It shows a horizon that does not comport with the globe model. You understand that, yeah?
Again, it's a 2 picture.
Remember when you typed into the calculator a 1 foot observer height and it said 1.2 miles? Do you remember doing that?
I do remember doing that.
Right. So that 1 foot observer height is showing a horizon beyond 10 miles. So you understand that doesn't match up with what you saw on the calculator, right?
Yeah, but was
Right.
that thing taken from a 1 foot observer height?
Yeah. It's a 1 foot observer height. I posted the video in the live stream. Did you not watch it?
No, I don't have like 10 monitors.
Obviously not, mate.
Clueless.
Okay.
doesn't
Well,
work.
King of Raccoons. We'll help you out, King of Raccoons. Right. Watch the video quickly. It's like a few minutes long, and then let us know when you've watched it.
10 minutes. I don't know if I have that much time.
Well, you can skip to the bit. You
Oh.
can skip to the bit where he puts the camera down and he zooms in. That's all you need to see.
Okay.
Do that. Cool.
Oh, I don't have 10 minutes to spend on,
if you
Bro,
If
like,
you guys,
Not gonna lie.
spent 10 minutes, just
I'm
look
doing
at
He's got
this.
10 minutes to watch TikTok videos all day.
I'm watching TikTok, buddy. I'm watching TikTok.
Okay, King of Raccoons. We'll give you a few minutes to watch that, and then I'll unmute you, and you can continue the discussion on that, because this is what you're kind of just flying by, right? We just showed you that the horizon is in the wrong place according to the globe model, and now you're kind of spiraling a bit. So let's try and just keep it on track, right? We're about what Earth is. We're about what Earth is told to us, and we're comparing that with physical observation of Earth, and they're not matching up.
It's a green light.
where does the Earth end?
Oof,
It's flat.
good question. Have you ever seen an end to it?
No, because it's round.
Where does the globe end
Round.
in your
The globe ends
imagination?
everywhere.
It doesn't end.
What do you mean
it's-
by round? Wait a minute, Cripple. What do you mean by round?
You know what he means. You
It's
know what he
okay.
means.
It,
So
You use this every
if
time.
you
Like, it
keep
makes me
walking
Whoa,
around
whoa,
the
whoa,
sphere,
whoa!
you
We
might
get
end.
Wait,
guys
wait,
in there
wait.
all the
If you walk
time who
off a
believe in
square, you walk off.
Guys, why is everyone spiraling out? I was just speaking to Cripple here. Cripple. So you say the Earth is round, yeah? You mean a ball?
Spherical, yeah, like spherical.
So you mean it has curvature of the surface, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you see the black swan image?
See the what?
The black swan image, the image of the oil rigs that we were speaking to raccoons about?
Yeah.
Okay. So curvature would mean that the horizon could be no further than 1.2 miles, right?
Yeah.
So why is it seen beyond
My
10?
point is that if you
No.
If it's
Don't
flat,
go
you
off
just
this
walk off.
point. No. Don't go off this point, because you're saying, remember, no, it's round, it's got curvature, but you also just agreed if it had curvature, that horizon would be 1.2
Yeah, but it's
miles.
not perfectly a circle. It's not everywhere's going to be exactly the
Do you
same
know how big it would be, though?
distance.
Do you know how big it would be if just one part of the radius was that far away, 10 miles away? It would actually reach out all the way to the moon, buddy.
Yeah, it turns the radius.
You know how a circle works.
We're getting off into the weeds again. Listen,
Surely
Cripple,
it's
this
just
is
a
very
massive,
simple.
like, it's just a massive round rock.
No,
like,
it's not.
It's not perfect.
Bullshit.
No, but Cripple, again,
it's a little bitty.
faulting back. There is no round for you to claim, because if there was, then the horizon couldn't be seen beyond 10 miles there.
So is it just a flat piece of rock then, just in space?
Well, I mean, the surface that you live on.
Over.
The surface that you live on is observably and measurably flat. And
Yeah,
the sun's
so
above your head.
big that you can't really say.
No. Because remember, the size. Well, what size do they claim the radius is, Cripple?
Don't know.
Well, exactly.
There.
We do.
It's not
Why
too
are we
big.
having to teach you what the ball is if you're the one telling us it's too big, but you don't know how big it's even supposed to be, and we do? Right? If the ball has a radius of 3,959 miles, then there is a formula to calculate where that horizon is. And for a 1-foot observer, it's no more than 1.2 miles, like your friend King of Raccoons confirmed when he checked out the calculator. Did you hear that?
Yeah, Wolfgang, I muted him because I'm not going to do that level of twice. I'm not going to do that twice right now. They're kind of on the less than 5th grade level because they'd already know this stuff. If they passed 5th grade science, they'd know that what pseudoscience is and all this. Lily wants a verification. Maybe that would be a better conversation. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, but, no, if Lily's wanting to speak, we can unmute her.
So let me give her voice verified. Okay, your voice verified. Whoopi, please don't be a disappointment.
You there, Lily?
Lily. La 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 la.
Well, Lily, you've been unmuted, so when you do want to ask questions or unmute, feel free. Let me just quickly ask.
She hit me in my inbox, so she should be there. She was asking for verification just now.
Cool. Well, Lily, just unmute your mic if you want to talk. We've also got John in the house.
Okay, she really? Come on, Lily. I mean, this is as calm as it's gonna get. Speaking to Wolfgang is probably the best option.
Yep. Listen, if she's worried about people jumping down her throat, listen, us three are moderators here. Yeah, we were giving those guys a little bit of veracity, but you sort of get what you're given in this place. If you don't come in with an attitude, we will be very cordial, I promise you. And if anyone else is cocky, we will mute them straight up.
It's pretty chill, Lily. We're all friendly here. No judgment.
Yeah, you get what you're given in this place, really. Like,
we're all just trying to figure out what Earth is. Now that we've figured out it's not a spinning ball in a vacuum. So it's pretty chill. Feel free to ask questions. If you don't want to, no worries. You can even message Elijah if you want, and he can verbalize your question and we can answer it, but it's up to you. If not, I'm going to ask King of the Raccoons if he's watched his video yet.
Nah, I've got TikToks to watch anyway.
Okay, so you're too triggered. Well, you go back on server mute then for now, King of Raccoons. You can let us know when you're feeling a little less fragile. But Cripple, you just muted him, didn't you?
a little bit less fragile.
You know, it's been a long day of having the globe debunked for him already, so... Yeah, we get it. Who's this? Ollie? Ollie's in the chat. Ollie, you've been unmuted if you want to say hello. You there, Ollie?
Hello. No, I'm just chilling, just listening in. Don't worry about me.
Oh, nice. Okay, no worries. Well, I'll give you the PC verified role. You sound normal. I'll give you the verified, so if you want to unmute yourself and ask questions later on, you can do so.
Alright, chill. Thanks.
No worries.
Nice one, dude.
Sweet. Well, if we don't have anyone... Wait, actually, Jonal, are you in the chat? You're VC
Hello?
verified. Hey, Jonal, what's up?
I'm good.
Oh, you're the kid from earlier? Have you changed your name?
Yes, I'm
Oh, nice.
I'm The one who interviewed earlier.
I know who this is, and it's a bloody moderator.
No, it's not.
You sure?
It's just like Matrix or something. If this is Matrix, I'm sure it's Spaz out.
Bang. Oh my god.
And I would actually like to give Raccoon another chance as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Raccoon, you there? Raccoon. Sire.
Oh, he's still muted.
Sorry.
Raccoon, keep it on.
I'm here. I'm here.
Sire.
Okay. Check this out. Do you think eclipses prove a globe Earth?
I don't know. They might.
Well, I would say that eclipses actually disprove the heliocentric model, where you have the moon reflecting the sun's light. So, you ever heard of the impossible eclipse? Which they call rare, but isn't so rare because they had 4 last year.
Wow, that's pretty common.
Do you want to know about the impossible eclipse I heard about? So
you've heard about
mother, she bended over behind a light, and how dumb.
Terrible. He's getting even more triggered. He couldn't handle it. Red
Wait, what did you say?
Red band, because I can't be bothered with the exclamations and typing it out. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a ball, why all that? Right, Lily? If you're listening, if it's a ball and we're just dumb flat earthers, these questions should be very simple to answer. Or this conversation should be very easygoing for the globe earther, right? In this situation. It's very weird how globe earthers act even though it's supposed to be a globe. I don't understand it.
If they were smarter than the 5th grader, they would carry themselves a little better.
If the Earth is a ball, destroy us.
If the Earth is a ball, then we are the ultimate trolls, and we affect governments, news, the president, and we're powerful as fuck.
Congress, YouTube, everybody. They want to block us out, but we mean nothing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, Bong's on it. Sensei Bong.
Mate, Bong's my guy, man. Bong's a dude.
How dare we talk about the Earth that way?
Mm-hmm. How dare you talk about my spinning globe Earth like that?
Dude, I just wonder, do people go down to their city, to the local person that might be just messed up or like have something wrong with them, and do they start trying to talk sense into the person that's talking to the wall and playing with fucking leaves and crickets and eating worms? I mean, do we start, I mean, does that make sense? You go try to teach those people.
Service here. You know, we're like a charity, so we go the extra mile.
No. No, I'm just saying, like, if you know it's the government, yeah. If you know it's the government and everything, right? That, like, you know, hey man, these globers, I mean the flat earthers, you know, everything they're saying is just retarded and it doesn't make any sense. Why would you even bother with it or to pay attention at all?
Yeah. I mean, well, that's always been the irony of it. I remember when I first came here, I was seeing all these Gem Panda guys and all that coming in, just going crazy. And I was like, if you think it's crazy, why are you even here? Like, why are you even on a server talking about the Earth? Like, if I came across a group of people who were saying, oh, the grass is blue, and I knew it was just patently ridiculous, why would I spend years of my life arguing about how grass is definitely not blue? I would just go about my day thinking, those poor people, they somehow think the grass is blue.
Well, Wolfgang, it's dangerous because if you live on a ball, then you effectively have nowhere to go. I mean, it just loops back around. No need to explore any further What is there to explore? You explore too much, you're going to end back up at your mom's house.
Yeah, it's a mental. You're going to end up right back in your mom's basement. Yeah, it's the mental prison element of it, where they've, because this is what I think about, right? That throughout
What's wrong
history,
with my mum's basement as well?
nothing at all.
Sorry,
Crack, honestly, your mum's basement is lovely. I agree. But in throughout history, right, explorers have always been like proper celebrities. You know, you get like Magellan and Columbus and even what's her name flying that plane going about. Like back in the 40s and 1994, Amelia Earhart, exactly. These people used to be big celebrities. Humans have always loved it when other humans push the boundaries and explore. But what the globe has done is make it so that you're convinced that there is nowhere to explore, because if you just move in one direction, you're just going to end up right back where you started. So it's as much a physical restraint as it is a mental one, right? Because just mentally they're giving you this notion that there's no point in exploring. It's already been done. Stay at home, go to work, blah, blah, blah. But that is what it's about. It's like this mental cage, this whole
mental gymnastical cage, yeah.
Come back where you started idea.
Hamster wheel.
And they say that ancient Greeks are more of a scientist than, for example, the Russians who made the hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
You know,
it is funny that when it comes to globe proof, it's always the ancient Greeks. It's like, damn, do you think like they just dropped off the map science-wise after that?
No, mate, the ancient Greeks, bunch of idiots, bro.
I mean, how do they explain that in 1961, when they detonated the 50 megaton Tsar bomb, hydrogen bomb, they have observed it from 3 points, 500 kilometers away, 600 and 890 kilometers far away. That explosion had such intense light that it was visible beyond the horizon.
All right, guys, just
funny?
quickly.
You know what's funny? Just real quick with this. The ancient Greeks, they have a cosmology. They don't have a globe Earth model, though. They always say the ancient Greeks thought it was round. They don't have a globe Earth model. They do have a flat Earth cosmology, though.
Yeah, and even the ones that claimed it was a ball, they thought it was a geocentric ball, and it was created by a god, and that it was within a cosmic egg. Right, so this whole like, the ancient Greeks knew it. The ancient Greeks weren't saying anything like what you're saying, so even if you did want to claim that, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I just want to quickly check. We've got Negligible in the house, I think. Negligible. Do you want to say hello? Negligible. You've been unmuted. If you do. You want to ask questions about the Earth? Why people think the Earth is flat? Negligible? You curious? Feel free. No, maybe just listening. Okay, well, Negligible, if you do want to ask questions, feel free to message someone, DM, just say I've got a question. Cool. So all the new people, I think. I mean, Lily's still listening, so if you guys just want to start trashing the globe, I'm sure it might have an impact. But
yeah, I got one. One small step for man. One giant hamster wheel for mankind. What do you think?
I like it.
What do you get? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always like, I want it to be a hamster ball, but then we're going into concave territory and everything.
Yeah, insert hamster object here. Yeah.
All right, Cripple's come back though. Cripple, you've been unmuted. What are you thinking? I saw you left a little bit there.
So I was thinking about, you know how he's speaking about how the time zones, like the sun hovers above like the flat Earth, like to different things. So how is it set on the horizon if the sun hovers above?
Good question. Right, so Cripple, what if I told you that we can demonstrate objects appearing to sink into the horizon over a flat surface as they increase in distance? Have you ever seen that?
No.
I like that question as well, though. Yeah. I think I know what you're going to ask, Elijah, but yeah, carry on, Elijah.
Because mine involves the sun.
Well, maybe we can quickly just say, Cripple, what do you think is occurring physically when you're seeing that sun set?
The sun, like, so we're around Earth, and the Earth rotates around a still sun. So as we go around, we go off vision, and then someone else sees the sun. Just on the
So do you think that when you're seeing that sun appearing to go down, it's because you're spinning backwards?
We're spinning away from it, yeah.
Right. Okay. So what is it that makes you think?
That's what a day is, full rotation.
Right. Okay. But what you actually see is just that sun moving, not you or the ground, right?
Yeah, the sun for us is moving, yeah, but
Yeah. But you assume that it's because you're rolling backwards to make that appear as if it's going down behind a horizon.
yeah, we're moving around away from it.
So how do you think you would prove that it's actually you falling backwards or spinning backwards on a ball rather than just the sun moving away from you, like you see? Any thoughts?
If you're saying this, the sun moves around our planet.
Well, that's what we observe, isn't it? The sun moves and we don't. It's just what we observe.
Yeah, because we're a small little person on this big, like,
right. But then if you wanted to say, okay, it's actually us moving and not the sun, then you would have to prove that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So can you prove that to me?
Before we do all that, because I feel like we're getting off of his question.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
Now you think that the sun sets, obviously, right? Well, yeah, okay. Well, do you think if it was setting behind a physical location, that being the horizon, that you could, do you think you'd be able to zoom into it and it lift up off of the horizon? Or do you think you just zoom into a half obstructed sun?
Well,
let me ask you again. That might have been convoluted. Do you think you can, if the sun is halfway blocked by the horizon, do you think you could zoom back into the whole thing?
I mean, you could move to another place and see.
Not move, just stand in the same spot where you're looking at it, and it appears to be blocked by the physical Earth. Do you think that you could zoom back into it if it's blocked by the physical Earth?
No.
Well, why don't you take a look into the live stream voice text and tell me what you think about this video. Oh, that was the lobby. The boys can have fun with that.
Can I ask him one thing quickly, Elijah, or does it need to be?
Hold on, let's let Elijah get this.
Well, no, I was wondering if it meant that I didn't know how long this would take. That was what I meant.
It's up.
Elijah, I mean,
it's 20-second video.
Posted the GIF as well, so
that's all right then. I just didn't know if you were posting a 3-minute video and you'd have to go away.
Okay, but when it's nighttime, you can't zoom back into the sun.
No, it's not. It's only a couple of seconds. Watch the video. Now, remember, I asked you if you're looking at a sunset and you think that part of the sun is blocked by physical Earth curve, do you think you should be able to zoom in and see the whole thing? That is the question. And it's also a yes or no question.
That's from, well, okay, as you've proven, you can zoom in the air, but from like.
All right. So you can see that what we're looking at is a visual phenomena and not really physical Earth curve, at least as far as this video is concerned. Yes.
Well, yeah, but an hour later, sure, that sun's gone because the Earth's rotated around. And
okay, so wait there. Can I just ask you one thing? So, are you saying that us seeing the sun disappear apparently behind the so-called horizon, right? So you're saying that tells us that the Earth is a sphere, right?
Because you were saying that the way that time zones work is that the sun is above
Yeah, no, I'm not getting into that. I'm asking you if you think, are you saying that, okay, so because it's, the orbits and all this stuff, right? You're saying essentially that, the Earth, right? When we see the sun disappear, so-called behind the horizon, this sort of proves that, it proves, or it must be that it is going behind a sphere, right? It tells us that we live on a sphere, right?
Mm.
Is that what you're saying?
We live on a sphere, yeah, because the sun,
disappears behind the horizon, right?
Yeah, because the sun.
Okay, so imagine we lived on a cube.
Yeah.
The sun could disappear behind the side of a cube, right?
Yeah.
So what does it tell you about the shape that we live on?
It's somewhat spherical. It's not flat. You saying we live on a square now?
Is a cube? No, is a cube spherical? No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm showing you logically.
It has a
listen,
360 degree.
Listen, I'm showing you logically how the shape of the Earth doesn't show you. The phenomena you're seeing has fuck all to do with the shape, because I could explain how that could happen on multiple shapes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to understand that doesn't directly point toward any form of a shape. Yeah, we're not saying it's a cube. I'm saying that this could work on a triangle, right? This could work on anything. It could work on a flat Earth, as you probably see it in your head, as a space disk. Right? Just change the path of the sun, right? Goes over the edge and comes underneath and goes back over.
That means the whole Earth's at night time. I'm
not saying we have an edge. I'm explaining to you how you cannot describe what's beneath your feet using what's in the air. That is all. I'm not making any claims.
So
we can go into that.
Can I just check with Cripple? Cripple, you realise that you only ever observe the sun to be in the sky above you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're asking, you guys think the sun's above you, that's all you've ever experienced.
The sun goes up the sky and rises and goes down.
Yeah. So the sun moves through the sky every day.
Well, we move.
Wait. What do you mean we move?
We rotate.
Wait. Where do you observe us? Where do you observe you to be moving?
Nowhere. Because I'm a small little man on a big.
Right. So you only observe the sun to move, right?
Yeah.
So why are you saying we're the one moving?
So we are the ones moving.
Well, how do you know that? You don't observe that.
Sun's not moving.
Has there ever been a big man on this earth to tell us otherwise?
No. Oh yeah, there has actually.
There's been a big man to say that we're moving.
Right. So, but again,
yeah,
so
but what would be? But if you look up, anyone's proof for us moving, it's because they're looking at the sun. So we're all looking at the same thing. Einstein was looking at the same thing. Everyone was looking at the same thing, asking the same question, and they had no more than we have today.
Damn straight.
Yeah, so this is what I want to stick on for now, right? Because, Cripple, you're claiming that we're seeing the sun move because we're the ones moving, but you've not experienced us to be moving, so I'm wondering how you know that, or why you think that we're the ones moving.
Because if we're a sphere and we rotate around, the sun looks like it's moving.
No, but you've just said I've just asked you how you know you're moving, and you said, well, if we're moving, then this. No, I'm saying, how do you know you're moving since you don't experience it?
Because the sun is not moving as you said. The sun moves above us. That means
you see the sun move above you. You agreed that.
Yeah, but you mean like it's flat? The Earth is completely flat. Yeah.
No, not. I'm saying about simply the sun. Come on, dude.
I'm talking about the sun moving. Cripple. And you agreed. You see the sun move through the sky every day. Yes. You don't observe us to move. Yes. So how do you then leap to we're the ones moving? Who proved that to you, and how did they do it?
Well, science that we're a sphere, we're moving.
Right. Okay. No. But who proved to you that you're the one moving, not the sun?
If the sun's above us, how's it like and it moves to different countries, moves all around the globe. It's flat.
Right, but Cripple, you're still not answering my question, right?
I'm saying I asked it first.
no, because no, this isn't about who's because you're asserting that we're moving, and I'm asking how you know that you're moving. Who proved it to you, and how?
Well, we just don't notice. 'Cause, gravity holds us down on this massive rock.
Right. So are you saying no one's proven it to you?
Well, science proves that we're moving.
Well, what science? What scientist proved it to you?
Isn't there a force because we're moving so fast? It keeps the atmosphere in.
Well, no. You keep going to.
What the fuck
we're
are you on about,
already
you dick
moving.
Gallagher?
Wow.
Wait, guys. No, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get. No. I'm gonna get him on this. Cripple. You can't just keep going. Oh, because we're moving so fast. I'm asking you how you know who proved it to you that you're moving at all, and you keep skipping past it and just saying, well, because we're moving so fast. Who proved to you that you are moving so fast?
Can't wait to hear this.
Just how it is.
What do you mean it's just how it is? What does that mean?
So we are rotating.
No. You don't see yourself
360
rotating.
degrees is a day.
What?
And then a year is 365.
Yeah, no, Cripple. Again,
So
you're going to
around
the
the sun,
story.
how
I'm
do we
asking
move?
who proved it to you.
So
No,
what's the
Cripple. Who proved it to you and how?
Who hasn't proved
What do you mean? You've proved it to yourself
Ask him
that what
about
you
the drone.
observe is the sun moving.
Who's proved that the sun moves?
Do you observe the sun to move?
Your
Cripple?
own model. Wait there, guys. I have to say this. Dude, are you saying the sun doesn't move in your model, in the heliocentric model? Because in your own model,
What model?
in your own model,
What model?
the heliocentric one.
Globe model.
Okay, yeah, the globe model. Because
The sun itself. Listen, the sun itself also moves in as well as your Earth rotating, right? Right?
No.
Right?
No,
Yes.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know this. He thinks the sun is still and the Earth is moving.
What an
Cripple,
idiot.
you're a little bit uneducated on your own belief, but that's okay. Most
So
people don't
classic
know this.
globalist doesn't even know his own model.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Ask him-
Listen, they don't
ask
teach
him
them in
about
school,
the-
guys.
why
They don't.
the
Whoa,
sky
whoa,
moves.
Yeah.
Let Wolf take it.
Listen. It's okay because Cripple. Listen, your school aren't preparing you to learn anything about where you actually live because they don't want you understanding this, which is why you think that the sun's still and you're the one moving. When even in the globe model, that's not the case. But we just think, right? You're claiming that it's proven that we're the ones moving because of science. So I'm asking you, which scientist have you seen provide a demonstration of this? And be specific. Give us a method. Give us a time. When did they do it? What did they do? And if you don't know, just say, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know then.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
right.
So you understand.
Everything moves around us then. Does that mean everything moves around us?
Well, it's kind of what you observe.
All the other round planets all move around us, yeah? So we're the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
They killed Galileo. They killed Galileo for saying such silly things.
Yeah, martyr.
So, Cripple, you get it.
The holy martyr.
Sorry, Bob, go on.
No, this guy thinks it was done. All that was done was they took a geocentric model, right, and stretched the ecliptic and presented it to the church, and the church was like, die. Just saying.
Well, actually, the church were like, hey guys, give us a heliocentric calendar, please, Copernicus. And Copernicus was like, a heliocentric calendar? What are you talking about? They'll kill me. It's so ridiculous. And they're like, nah, we'll pay for it. You just go and write it up. And that's what he did. And he was like, yeah, I don't even believe it, but here you go.
Do you know whose patron? Let me add one more thing. Do you know who Galileo's patron was? You know what Patreon is, right? People who fund things. Do you know who funded it, right? Who was his patron? Who got the first book?
Wasn't it Spider-Man Dan?
Medici family, right? Nothing to see here, guys.
The assassins.
Nothing to see here.
I thought
So Cripple, just to take us back, right? You've agreed, you don't know, but you believe someone's figured out how we're moving, and someone's proven it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you want to quickly Google who it is that's proven that we're the ones spinning? Like what scientist?
I don't pronounce his name. I'll put it in the live stream voice channel.
Yeah, if you've got a link, put it in the voice. Oh, I see you've been on the Earth simulator for 3 hours and 2 minutes. What are you simulating in the Earth simulator?
Nothing. It's not a game. It's just...
Have you got? Could you simulate the Selene-Helene eclipse? I'm just joking.
It's Okay.
Can you simulate the horizon's distance away from yourself?
Yeah, that'd be cool. So what is this? What's this link? Who's it talking about?
I just searched this. I just searched up who discovered the Earth turning around. You know.
Okay. And what are they saying? Who discovered it? Oh, it's Copernicus.
Galileo. Oh my god.
So how do you think?
Why didn't we Google this when we first thought of this years ago?
Yeah, I mean,
no one here thought to Google it. Guys, we need to get on our game.
It's never the word is not discovered because that's not the word. Suggested, theorized, calculated.
I thought Galileo was
discovered,
like a own character.
Yeah. So cripple. Do you think Copernicus did a test to show this, or do you think he assumed that it would be possible?
Probably assumed at the time.
Right. Okay. So after that assumption, who was it that came in and said, "Look, this assumption is correct because I did this test"?
No clue, but who proves it is?
No one.
Okay. Do you think anyone has?
Don't know. But who hasn't?
Okay,
Who hasn't proved?
We'll save you. We'll save you the trouble. No one has, but you should go through the exercise of trying to find it.
Who hasn't proved it doesn't?
Everyone. It's never been proven.
We don't have to prove it doesn't.
You don't prove that it doesn't.
Wait.
Somebody needs to prove that it does.
Yeah, he actually said who hasn't proved that it doesn't spin.
Who's proved that it doesn't?
Okay, no, who's proved that it doesn't spin?
Guys. Let me
say this. I just posted it.
You said at the time, they assumed at the time, right? And I was going to ask, what about today? Are they still assuming today?
It doesn't spin?
The answer is yes. They, at that time, had to assume, and today,
he's not even listening to you.
Assumption.
Who proved it doesn't spin?
Dude, do you understand that that's how, do you understand that that's not how that works? We all observe the Earth not spinning. What you have to do is prove that it is. You don't prove a negative.
I can prove why it's not. Because
can you prove that it is?
So cool. If you stand on
can you prove? Wait. Before you prove why it's not.
If you're really small.
Cripple, chill.
Everyone shut the fuck up.
Cripple, chill. Let's talk.
Relax. Who has proven that it is spinning? You don't prove that it's not spinning. That's what we observe. That's what we all know. If you have a contrary statement, then you have to prove that, right? Your assertion is that it is spinning. You have to prove that it is, not ask who proved that it's not. That's not how that works. You are making the positive claim, so you have the burden of proof to prove your claim, which is that we are spinning. I'm pretty sure you didn't prove what the main claim is that it's a ball first. But since we're here, we'll stay here, right? So can you prove, or has anyone proven, that the Earth is actually spinning or moving in any way, shape, or form?
Well, from a quick Google search, it says that no one's actually proved it in visual demonstration.
Well, that sucks.
Only astronomical evidence.
So nobody's observed.
I think it doesn't make sense that everything moves around us.
Okay.
Like, I don't get how.
Guys. I want to say this.
My little original question.
Wait there, dude. Listen, I'm going to let you do that. I'm clearing the room so that he can talk. Wait there, dude. You can talk now.
My original question was about if the sun is above us, how does it set? And
okay.
I haven't got that yet. You guys are waffling about something else.
No, this is that might be true.
You always take it away from the question to answer.
Guys,
yeah, there are ways to answer his question.
Yeah, we can
like when I gave him when I gave him the video. But there are other videos to give you a visual understanding of what happens, and there would be other situations in which that would match up with the example, right?
Yeah.
So normally we would say, what about a street lamp? Obviously a street lamp is overhead, but the further you move away from it begins to go to the convergence point. That would be the horizon. So it would appear that it's getting lower and lower and lower until it hits that point. That might not be, satisfying for you, but there's also a video where someone creates a visualization of a light, and when they move, it's a matter of fact. I'm gonna look for the video. You might have seen this, Chocolate, because who's our boy?
Well, listen, the
Nathan Oakley
refraction
show.
is able to move the horizon.
Well, that's like complicated, but I'm talking about simply a light moving away from you, seeming like it's going towards what we would call the horizon, or
hallway,
the midway
hallway,
point.
hallway, seeing lights in the hallway, or a tunnel,
Could I have a stab at explaining this to Cripple?
Well, I'm trying to help him out. I mean, I'm trying to in some unorthodox way. I'm trying to answer in an unorthodox way his question. Well, I understand that his question has a whole bunch of presuppositions with the spinning and blah 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 blah. He's not interested in that. But when we give him demonstrations of things, I would love to see how he responds to what he can visually see with his eyeballs.
Yeah, we just need to teach him. We just need to teach him the apparent observation of objects disappearing up over a flat surface. Right. This is what he's missing.
Haven't we done that?
But he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it.
Right. So you're gonna just for the next 2 hours pound it into him, or can I try?
No.
I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
Can I just say something? I have a short, real quick to say. Because I think he's stuck on prove it.
Yeah,
prove this. I prove this. We have 2 legs, right? We have 2 legs. What you're saying is, well, we could have 3 legs, and what we're saying is no. We have 2 legs, right? It's up to you, right? The claim. Hold on, man. The claim is that we have 3. The claim is that we have 3 legs. Okay. That's what has to be proven. We don't have to prove that we have 2 legs because that's what we observe. So people that claim the earth is a ball is like a person claiming that we have 3 legs, right? And you have to prove that we have 2 legs. Do I have to prove to you that we have 2 legs? Who has to prove what to who here? Who has the burden of proof here? Thanks.
Me. With my 3 legs.
Yeah, I got 3 legs. I'm not sure about you boys, but I've got 3 legs.
That's enough.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are trying to reason. You guys are trying to logic and reason with him. Like I don't understand why.
Retard, ignorant.
It's because
I posted the proof the Earth doesn't move. It's on the map.
Yeah, but if you guys are gonna quit and then get all like this, then you should just move aside and let me try.
Yeah, just let Elijah.
He can't move forward. He's stuck. He's stuck here. That's why he won't understand all these other things.
Yeah, let's give Elijah the chance to explain the apparent effect of objects disappearing on a flat surface, so that he can explain the sunset, and then we can move on to the next point. Right? Elijah, do you want to do that?
Now I need like 60 seconds. I can't find the video.
Get your shit together, man.
Hey, Wolf, I can do that if that's all right.
Sorry, say that again.
I can take that one if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, if you want to. I don't know who's talking.
Saturnine.
Oh, go for it, Saturnine. Oh, nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, you too. Right, so if someone's standing and looking at the clouds above them, the cloud deck is at a certain height above them, and then when they look into the distance, the clouds appear to go all the way down to touching the horizon in the distance. Now, if someone was standing under those clouds and looking back at you, they would see the same thing. The clouds are almost touching the ground, but you're standing under them and they're way above you. So as the sun moves away, at a certain point, even though it's above the clouds, it will look like it's going down behind the clouds. And then even in the times when there is no cloud deck, like looking out into the ocean and it appears to be clear, there's still the compression of the atmosphere that gives the exact same effect of obscuring the sun. So even though it looks like it's going down, it's actually going away.
Compression of atmosphere, which creates that effect. It is the divergency of light and loss of intensity.
Divergency, loss of intensity is what he sort of was referring to when he said that, though.
Yeah, let's let Saturnine finish, guys. Let's let Saturnine explain.
Yeah. So the sun looks like it's going down and away, but depending on the condition of the atmosphere that you're viewing the sun through, it's either going to magnify, so it appears to stay the same size as it's going away. Now there are plenty of videos you can look that up, or it does in very, I think it's cold, dry conditions. It literally does look like it's shrinking and going away. Also, as it disappears over, I mean, it could be a line of trees if it's up close. It could be a line of mountains in the distance. It could be, just the atmosphere itself that it's disappearing into. And then once you think it's gone, if you look at the local light that's around it, the ambient light that's surrounding it, in very few videos have actually carried on filming after the sun has set. But the ones that do, you can see it start to move off to the right. So it's still there, it's just moving away.
Yeah, you can see this as well. Anybody that is being honest with themselves, if you wait until the sun has gone away, right? So if we understand the way light spectrum works, right? The light spectrum itself permeates into different gases up in the atmosphere, right? And we see this as an expression of the blue sky itself. We see this as an expression of the blue sky itself reflecting down onto the sea and making that, in fact, blue. Not the other way the blue sea makes the sky blue. No, this is bullshit. That's why we end up with red skies as the sun goes away. Red light spectrum is the longer light spectrum, more penetrative from a proximity and distance, right? Okay, but if we see a blue, an orange, and then red horizon, where would you say that the sun is as it's gone away from you at that point? Would you say that it had gone directly, so the sun, okay, what does it do, guys? Where does it rise? I want to make sure these people are following me.
Are you asking me or
anybody? The Globers, man.
The rise in the
They
east.
say it's behind the curvature.
Right, so it rises in the east and it sets in the west, right, guys? So, if it rises in the east and it sets in the west and we see it go towards the west, but as we see it go towards the west, okay, right, we then look at it and we can clearly see that on one side of this sun that we're looking at, right, as it goes away from us, let's say in the 12 o'clock position, because we are facing west and it's above our 12 o'clock above our head at 90 degrees. We allow it to go away, okay, and we see it slowly go away towards the western position. And then we see it essentially, after it's gone, we see a darker red proportion on the left side of us, of our vision, and then we see an orange portion of sky toning out from red to orange once the sun has disappeared and we still have ambient light. What does that say about the vector? What that says about the vector is that obviously the red one is the longer one. The orange is slightly shorter. It's still roughly red, but it's parts of the colours that permeate in with the gases differently. Well, most people think, well, the red would be on the right side, because it's going that direction. It's going east. It's going away from us, and it's gonna essentially go that way. Well, no, because as soon as it goes away from us, east, and then it's carrying on going east and turning that way, essentially what that means is to the left of that position, even though it's going to the right almost, to the left of that, the light has a longer path once it's gone away, hasn't it? To the things to the left of it from where you're stood in your perspective, right? And you can literally see the vector of where the sun has gone straight after it's left, right? You can clearly see this, okay? And we don't see a direct drop-off of dark energy of red shining up in a straight tangent right up through the sky, high up. We legitimately see a exact layeral system of all of the different colors of the atmosphere, and we see them almost in a horizontal fashion. And not only do we see them in a horizontal fashion, we see them in a fading and switching horizontal fashion that shows and denotes that this sun is moving away. And also what's important, to this is that the angle of incidence, much like the guy said about the canopy of the clouds, as the sun goes away from you, okay, it appears to converge, it appears to stoop into the ground, okay, right? It isn't obviously actually doing this, it's just that your eye can only resolve so much. We have also got different things that can occur as we look through the atmosphere, okay, we have atmospheric lensing, we have all these different things, right? But we are not going to see this thing forever. It's impossible. It's going to at some point go out of our view. The Earth is so big when we apply it to the globe, but it's so small when it's the flat Earth, and you should see it forever.
It depends on where you are. If you're closer to it, you can see a 24-hour sun all day. You won't ever not see it because
I'm not saying that. You can't do that, Fuzzy.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like,
can we make sure the dude is listening and paying attention?
Yeah, Cripple. Can you see the gifs that are being posted in the live stream texts, Cripple?
Yeah.
Do you see where you see the sun appear to move and then get smaller in the distance? Some of the ones that Fuzzy Swan's posted.
The candle. That's pretty interesting video.
Yeah. So you can. Sorry, Fuzzy. Go on then.
Well, I was just gonna say, as a cherry on top, right? You see the one with the moon moving back and forth above the city at night, right? That's taken from. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Cripple.
Yeah.
That's at 47 minutes past the hour, by the way, just so you know which one you're looking at. 47 minutes past.
Yeah.
That is a time lapse of the sky moving above and the Earth underneath a drone at 400 feet, not moving. So if your claim is that the reason why the sky moves is because we're standing on something that's rotating, well, if we leave that reference frame of the rotating Earth, and the sky still moves and Earth doesn't rotate underneath the thing I'm doing like it's supposed to, like Neil deGrasse Tyson says it should, what does that say about whether or not the Earth is spinning or the sky is moving above us, in addition to what we've all been talking about just now?
Honestly, no idea what you just said. I'm watching the GIF. I'm just staring right into it.
You're watching a GIF? You mean you're looking at a GIF?
No, I'm watching it. I'm watching
it. This is why I started to do a presentation, because I asked twice things that I wanted answers back to, and he clearly just didn't answer back, so I just continued to speak.
Yeah, you need to target those questions a bit sharper.
Mate, I know, but I did do that at first, and then he just ignored me. I said, dude, so where does the sun rise? Where does it set? He didn't answer. You had to prompt it 15 times, and this is the issue. If they don't care, they don't care.
Well,
did anybody ask him his confidence level?
I don't know if he doesn't care. It just seems like he's which I thought we should have. But I did find my video.
Nice, Elijah.
By the
Go
way,
through that.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing to go through. It's just what Crack and everyone else has been talking about here. So now, if you were to look at that video that I posted, right, and all you could do was look, right, like, would you say that that light is setting, or is it just matter of fact, I don't have questions for you. Watch that video, a minute and a half in, 2 minutes in, and you describe to me what the light is doing.
If you can't explain it, then
Well, sorry, I'm still watching this GIF.
All right, so when you're done with the GIF, look at that video, then come back to us. You only have to look at the first 2 minutes or whatever.
What?
I mean, as long as
I just need to get it. It's sitting over it. Look at me.
Who's not Mikey?
Chocolate.
I just got it out, even though I can't unlock my bloody phone. As per usual.
That might be Chocolate. Chocolate, you got a bit of background noise. Chocolate.
Someone kick him.
What does the animation?
Good morning.
Ban.
Maybe we should just get Cripple. Give us your thoughts. What are you thinking right now?
This GIF is a really good GIF. I can't stop watching it.
That's
Which
the
one?
proof that you asked for.
The one 49 minutes past.
Okay, so that's relating to the claim that the lights in the sky are moving because the Earth is moving. But if you take a drone up 400 feet, so it's not on the moving Earth, then why are the lights in the sky still moving?
What? Sorry, I'm watching this GIF.
You're not watching a GIF anymore, mate.
Cripple. Let's just pop Cripple on mute because Cripple, I think he's maybe reached the spiral point, and we have piled in with a heap of information. So spiral, Cripple.
Yeah.
When you've settled down, just let us know if you've got any more questions or any more thoughts, unless someone else wants to keep trying. He's been hypnotized by a GIF, but there's a bunch of other people in here, so why don't we see if anyone else is available? Kid, I'm going to mute you. Kid, do you want to say hi? You're on mute if you want to say hello. Kid? No. Okay. Let us know if you do. Who else have we got?
So far, it's been snappy with that kid, but I'm not being funny. Like, I can tell sarcasm at a million miles off.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously just taking the piss now, but it's just because he's in shock, he's figuring out, oh shit, I don't know why I think I'm spinning backwards 1,000 miles an hour when I see the sunset. I just kind of believed it. Anyway, this is my opinion. Welcome to the server. You've been unmuted if you want to share your opinion. No pressure. This is my opinion. You there? Nope. Okay, this is my opinion. If you do want to join in and ask questions, just let us know. And who else?
Drachma.
All right, Drachma, how's it going? You've been unmuted. Do you want to say hi?
What is this?
You'll never walk alone.
This is the Fire server. This is where we teach people about the globe model, and then we teach them how the globe model is wrong. So what do you think? Do you think you live on a globe?
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
Okay. Well, first prove that we live on a globe. So do you observe curvature of Earth?
Yes.
Oh, where do you observe curvature of Earth?
On your mom.
Very good.
Right, come on, dude.
Another trigger. Yeah. Get the pain out. Get the pain out. So he's realizing that he doesn't observe curvature. Let's give him another chance. So you've realized, Drachma, that you don't observe curvature, right?
No, I think I do. I said it very explicitly. I observed the curves.
Cool.
Earth, just say Earth-based curvature.
All right. Drachma, we have a little room.
Didn't he say your mom?
Got some like-minded friends.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah.
That's a good way to wake up.
Well, you know, that's why Nathan Oakley had to start saying Earth-based curvature, because then everyone starts chiming in. Well, I see curvature. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's difficult when you start realizing that, you're just believing something totally contradictory to what you observe. And you don't actually know why you believe a contradiction to your observation. But never mind, Drachma, you can try again in a week. Or earlier, if you figure out earlier than that. I mean, that's fine. There we go.
The other point, though, I would say is that if we say Earth-based curvature, I still believe that, your mama is based on Earth. So they don't care. They're going to say it regardless.
Yeah, I mean, these kids don't need an excuse to spiral. I mean, they're already at the top of the slide. What about Contagious? Contagious, you here? Been unmuted if you want to say hello, Contagious.
Hello.
What's up, Contagious? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, good. How did you find the server?
I wanted to embrace my ideas based on how flat the Earth is. So.
Whoa. You think the Earth's flat?
Word.
That's controversial. What's made you think that?
I think everything NASA puts out is a hoax.
You think everything NASA puts out is a hoax? What makes you think it's a hoax?
They can always be altered.
What, like CGI and stuff?
Yeah.
You think they're using CGI?
Yeah.
So why do you think so many people believe it, if it's CGI?
They've been brainwashed by the government.
Okay. How did they brainwash them?
Probably through vaccines.
Through vaccines? How would that wash your brain?
I don't know.
So, Contagious, how fast do you think you're spinning right now?
As fast as a frisbee.
So what speed would that be?
I don't know.
So you don't know how fast you think you're spinning?
You don't know?
No.
But you do think you're spinning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't know how fast?
No.
So why do you think you're spinning, but you don't know how fast?
Next question.
Okay. Do you think Earth's surface, like lakes and oceans and stuff, do you think they bend, like curve?
No. They're 100% flat.
What makes you say that?
Science. Or lack of.
So I'm kind of picking up that you do believe in the globe, but you're a bit embarrassed to say so. Is that right?
No, I fully support. I fully support the Flat Earth Society.
Oh my god! Get a grip, dude.
This
Yeah,
one
it's
is
funny.
just trolling.
Yeah, but it's funny because, you know, he doesn't know how fast he thinks he's spinning, even though he thinks he's spinning. I'm assuming he doesn't know how much he thinks the Earth curves, even though he thinks the Earth curves. And he believes in the CGI from NASA that he's pretending to not believe in. It's quite tragic, really. Where does that come from, Contagious?
Your mom.
There you go. The spiral is complete.
Oh, Matt
You have done
feelings
one
today.
official orbit.
It's Glober's feelings day. Is that what it is
Yeah.
today?
It's show and tell.
Let me go get a Kleenex.
Yeah,
These
it's show and
feelings
tell.
all over the place.
And all
the
they've
fuck
got is
out of here.
feelings.
I propose
fuck out.
to permanently ban these kind of people because these will attack the server.
No, gee.
They are a threat.
No, they just humiliate the globe.
Yeah.
They just humiliate globe believers in general
Yeah,
because they come in saying, I'm spinning.
The
how
threats
fast
for the
I
people that
know."
don't announce themselves. Trust me.
Yeah, they're essentially just forfeiting the globe, and they're forfeiting. They're giving up any defense of the globe and just acting as fools. And in that
we
way,
need them.
they're just giving us an even
Yeah.
easier way to show this is the only defense the globe has.
Yeah, because this is more convincing to strangers. We're not even having to make the arguments here. We're just letting them demonstrate how they have no knowledge and no arguments about the globe. So people listening are just going to be like, damn, I really need to
Damn,
figure
them
out what's going on
motherfuckers
here.
stupid.
The
Yeah.
dumb ones sound like the globers.
Yep.
Anyway, I've got to jump for a bit, guys. I've got meetings, but stay flat. Have a good one. Keep it flowing.
How about you keep it wolfy and don't jump?
Yeah, I'll try. I will. Right. I'll catch you in a bit.
Bro.
Be great.
No jumping.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Gabby. Get peace.
Yeah, peace, bro.
Peace.
Be good.
Man,
So-
they talk about spinning and motion, but they don't even know the formulas.
Right, so we have a non-VC verified in it called Raze. Raze, do you want to DM me if you would like to be unmuted, please? Obviously, if you don't want to be unmuted, then I want to, and you know what. Contagious, I think we've already dealt with, right? Already dealt with Cripple.
Yeah, I wish I asked something to Cripple.
What would you like to say to Cripple?
I want to ask him some things.
Alright.
If I tell them he
Wait there, wait
may
there.
hear, and then it makes no sense.
Cripple, someone wants to ask you a question quickly. Please do not be an idiot, or I will just server ban you instantly.
Yeah. Hello, Cripple. Are you here?
Yes.
Coming in low.
Can you tell me, please? I want you to answer honestly to a question. You have talked about the motion and spin of the Earth. Can you quickly tell me the formula for centripetal forces?
There is no formula. I'm a changed man now. The Earth is flat.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
So if the Earth is flat, then what would
Very
make you believe
obvious.
the Earth is flat?
It is, isn't it? It's just, it doesn't make sense for it to be round, so it's got to be flat. Like,
Well, it's not round
all adds up.
regardless.
It all adds up. It's flat. I changed map.
Shall I just pop him back on mute? Yeah.
Flat Earth gang, peace out. Stay flat.
I will, mate. Don't you worry. I'm going to take away this VC verified tag. Release. Right, so. Right, we also have in the house, like I stated. Let's see if they've DM'd me. Oh, we have Rez. Rez, yeah, you've messaged me K. So could you message me if you would like to be unmuted in the live stream? Don't just write K. Right. Yes, I would like to be unmuted. Nah, keep me muted. Okay, you want to stay muted. Alright, fine! That's fine, Reyes. Dory. Oh, we have a Dory here. Dory, would you like to DM me and let me know whether or not you would like to be unmuted or not? Whether you would like to have an open and honest discussion with my friends here. And maybe defend that spinning monkey water ball religion, please.
Is it Dory the Explorer Dory?
Oh no, nothing Mexican about it. Jemsi. Dora the Explorer is nothing to do with that. This is more Finding Nemo type shit, alright, dude. But yeah, Dory, hit me up in DMs. Dory. Mimas Aurelius, nice to have you in the house.
Welcome in the family.
Ban him.
No, I'm right. I actually didn't mind memes. Alright.
It's alright. Okay, if you say so.
I say so. For a right bloody winger, mate. He's alright. So we have Kid in the house. Also, we have Kid who is unVC verified. Kid, if you would like to be unmuted, please DM me, Kid. It never sounds good. Oh my god.
Sorry, you check race?
Race, have you changed your name to Kid, have you? Right, that's a little bit pathetic, Argo.
Can we have a conversation about Mars?
We can do, yeah. Kid,
I have
give me a second. Trains.
Fuck your trains, buddy.
Elijah, I got a sunset from Mars for you. There you go. I posted it. This actual sunset from Mars. How do you like it?
I was wondering on Brandon's show last night we were talking about. Beautiful. I was wondering if it was winter or summer where the new Mars rover landed.
Did you guys know that they use helium balloons on Mars?
Yep.
Word.
May down.
Prove it.
Well, that's what they say.
Ow.
Where's the funny
globes.
how I don't know they can't make it here.
So how do they
restrict them?
So how do they use helium balloons on Mars?
Well,
can't say the same way they use it here.
Your mama
can't say they use it the same way they do here on Earth, because the atmosphere is way less, and so wouldn't the balloon expand and pop?
Well,
but they also say, it's a funny thing when they talk about these ISS astronauts in those
Bro,
costumes.
we're talking about helium on Mars.
Yeah, I'm getting there. They say that is this radiation from the sun, which is like particles charged with millions of degrees Celsius temperature,
right?
But they don't burn you because there is no atmosphere. And
this is like the whole ISS argument, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and when you go to Mars, Mars is not proven to have a shield like Earth's have, a magnetic shield, and the Mars atmosphere is directly exposed to all that particles. So Mars atmosphere should be like millions of degrees Celsius. It should be burning.
Excited. No.
Yeah.
The point in that then is that they're invoking Gay-Lussac's gas laws at this point, right? And saying that these gas particles are so excited that they are covering such a space that actually they're equivocated toward actually Earth's pressure rating, and that they, though less, are more excited, and there are probably more microstates of entropy. So what are the temperatures on Mars? Let's look at this logically. So,
Race, what do you think about Mars, Race?
We're not asking races about this.
The average
Race is an expert.
the average temperature on Mars is 55 degrees Celsius. At the equator, it's as high as 20 degrees Celsius, and it drops down to a minus 73 Celsius at the equator. And at the poles, it's 155 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, but look at what the daytime, nighttime change is just between the however many hours it takes for that to happen. It's crazy.
Okay. So right. So what was the get?
So the balloon temperature. I mean the balloon pressure, though.
Right. This is what we're trying to get to, right? I know what you're saying.
Wait.
So based on the temperature, obviously these things would be completely. This would be fucked, obviously. But what were you saying, Get? Can you explain the ramifications of it not having? Carry on, Get.
They have this rarefied atmosphere. The problem is that with the ISS astronauts, they are in a vacuum, like not perfect vacuum, but they say that's why they are not burning space. So, and the problem here is the slightest presence of atmosphere would make those radiation particles to heat up that atmosphere, no matter how rarefied it is. And we have proof that from their claims, we don't have certain proof, is what they say, that they have this atmosphere on Mars, and they can use drones to fly, and for propeller propulsion, you need atmosphere. At least a very light gradient of atmosphere, which would heat up from those sun radiation exposure, millions of degrees Celsius. Also, what they don't show us is they sent so many rovers, but they never attach a compass to these rovers to actually tell us if there is a magnetic pole on Mars, like a magnetic field.
Well, they would just say it's built in.
Well, they didn't show us that data. They didn't tell us where
This is
Mars
NASA.
North Pole. Yeah.
This is NASA you're talking about, dude. Come on.
So till now, Mars is completely exposed to sun's radiation. There is no shielding.
I know the conclusion, but I'm still waiting for you to get there, seeing as that you took my point over.
You can carry on, yeah.
No, fuck no. No. I thought what you were saying was pertinent to what I was saying. Finish.
Yeah.
Because it is, but you say it.
Nigga, stop getting
I
your
don't know
butt
what
hurt, man.
more can I add to it, but you know.
I just thought it was I mean shit. Okay, obviously you're not putting any balloon shit in that kind of volatile atmosphere. I get it. It's too hot, blah blah blah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
How do you have this helium that's also subject to this radiation, right?
Exactly, yeah.
In a balloon on Mars where there's less atmosphere, like, like, right. But that's what they. But I was watching Potassium's video, and he's just showing pictures of helium balloons on Mars, and then when we tell people, well, they got helium balloons up there, they're like, yeah, that's crazy talk.
And you see, atmosphere can be heated by radiation, but the solid objects or the liquids, they react even more intense than gases. You know, they absorb heat much faster. So the Mars soil should be like all molted, you know, from that radiation. It's just aberration. They try to separate. When we talk about science on ISS and spacewalk, that's a closed frame. When we talk about Mars, that is a different frame. The same laws does not apply from one frame to another. These physical and nature laws, they always change.
Well, it got quiet in here quick.
That was kind of weird. I thought I just disconnected and I was doing something. So.
Golden Lemur. Golden Lemur. Are you there? Craig Villano would like to speak to you, Golden Lemur. You just gotta unmute your mic. Going once. Golden Lemur. Craig Villan, he doesn't want to speak to you, bro. Sorry. Villano is gone. Right, going back on mute.
Test. Oh.
Yo.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Flutter.
Thanks. I would like to talk a bit about North Pole. What do you know about North Pole?
Never been there.
I'm from Portugal. Have you guys heard about the magnetic mountain? Mount Meru? No? Hello?
You said Mount Meru, right? It's been, depicted in a few maps?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in the center, apparently. There's like 4 islands surrounding it.
Yes. That's exactly. And in the center, there's a magnetic mountain.
Allegedly so, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys ever talk about that? What do you know more about that?
Some people do speak about it.
So.
But it's all speculation, though, because we haven't been there.
Yeah. I was watching a old map.
And there is apparently geographical north where supposedly the compass points. But there's also celestial north.
Yes, and Aurora Borealis happened there. Yes.
Yeah.
There's this map, Urbano Montes historic world map, was handed down across 6 individual sheets in 1587. And okay, so we in those old maps we see those 4 islands, but they are occulting that now in the recent maps.
I've heard some people saying that it's illegal to travel to the north, so plus if you don't have the resources and the equipment to travel there. So.
Like Antarctica, if you cross a parallel line, you can go to prison or killed. Same happening there in the North Pole. It is military, you know, military zone.
Yeah.
I hear some story about some ships that went to near the center, that mountain Meru, and they sink, you know, in that zone because there's like a vortex there. We cannot. There's water and the vortex. It's what I hear. It is mysteries.
Yeah, we're speculating, but I think the vortex is being caused from whatever is above the firmament, above the region of the sky. Because if you, let's say you were in the, let's say you were in Mount Meru, 90 degrees above that, above the firmament and above the waters above, there's something causes that vortex.
Yes, in old illustrations in various cultures, there's like a tree in the middle. You know, the life of the tree, the tree life. The life of tree of I don't.
The tree of life.
Yes, the tree of life. And they have that representation in the middle. But
like every civilization has that, right? Like when you look at the cosmology of many civilizations.
Yes, yes.
They have like something in the middle.
Yes.
Like a structure, a mountain, or a tree, or something of that sort.
Yes, and you know the trees that existed before. There are mountains that were the trees. You know, like Devil's Tower. You know, some the petrified trees. You know, that are there were so big. You know, made of silicon. Silicon, yes.
Some people argue that.
Is that Mount Meru was a big tree? You know, we don't know. Maybe.
Possible.
Yes, and you saw in the Bible, there's they talk about the cutting trees. You know, and there's a mountain that is like axle. So, but maybe it was a big tree. We don't know. Like in Avatar movie, you know, they have a big tree. And it is interesting that the polar star is right there above. Maybe there's a vortex there and a magnetic force controlling the sun and moon and the firmament going around us.
That's part of the down here system. There's a up there system.
So what do you ask?
I'm saying that, in my opinion, my speculation is that whatever is controlling the sun and the moon and the luminaries is off the heavens.
Oh, okay.
It's above what we call the container and the waters above.
Yes. There's a video supposedly of NASA. You know, they send. I don't know if they cross the firmament, but they have a capsule there, and someone was talking about swimming stars. Did you saw that movie, that video? It is a supposedly NASA capsule in the water, you know, beyond the firmament, but I don't know if that was.
We don't know if they're actually in a pool or they're up there or they're just pretending they're somewhere that they're not. Who knows?
Yes.
You know,
did you hear about Did you hear about the pyramids in Antarctica?
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it, but some people have said that they probably found structures under the ice and stuff. It's possible.
Yes, those are the two places that they don't want us to go there. They are hiding, you know, very stuff there.
They could probably even be in, like, terraforming those regions. You know how they terraform deserts and stuff.
Yes, and did you hear about the Admiral Richard E. Byrd? You know, where he talks that he went to Antarctica and to North Pole.
Yeah.
And he wrote a diary, but I don't know if everything is true.
Yeah, I gotta take it with a grain of salt, you know? We don't really know. Go ahead, bro.
He was a Freemason too, also, Admiral Byrd. We cannot fully trust him. He
Yes,
is
like,
part of the Mason movement.
Yeah, like all astronauts are Freemason. They use the ring.
And it happens to them, you know, when they discover something new, very exciting, they tell us, and after a couple of years they realize they told us too much, and then they take it away. Yeah.
Yes, like you know, the Roswell the crash, you know,
Roswell,
supposedly.
yeah.
But then the military say they capture a UFO, and then they dismiss that information. They are hiding.
Yeah. These things with the UFOs, I think they are made
Yes.
up intentionally by the military to make us believe. It's a story they give us to keep our minds preoccupied. It's better for us to think they're hiding aliens from us instead of hiding, you know, the real stuff, what they are hiding.
Yes, they are messing with our mind.
We are certain.
But I will say, like, you know, when they make these claims about UFOs and aliens coming from other galaxies and stuff like that, or other planets, that's the story. But there's been observable phenomena that people call these UFOs, you know, like these vessels that travel the skies and they don't look like ordinary airplanes and stuff like that. I mean, there's been many records about that. And even people seeing them going under the water and coming out of the water on the oceans and stuff and lakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who knows what those are? If they're man-made or there's something else. I don't know, but
very
there's records about it. So who knows?
Did you hear about Bob Lazar? That
yes, I
worked
know. I heard. I
S7
read and
zone.
also seen documentaries about him. Yeah.
I saw like 2 months in the television. No, I don't know if it was a historic channel or. I think it was an historic channel. They were talking about that. They did a documentary, you know, about Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that was some kind of military, I don't know, but he found a document where it was a proof that Bob Lazar worked there, and this guy went, I don't know where, but I don't know if it was, you know, to a military building. I don't remember too much.
Yeah, he
about
claims that he worked for the Area 51, Bob Lazar.
Yeah. Yes, and the guy, the high patent, you know, the guy that he was talking to, this guy, this high patent guy, just destroyed the document and in the machine, you know, the paper destroyed, and tell to this guy to never talk again about this because he will regret. But this guy in the documentary talks about
you
that.
see,
they
see,
hiding.
the story of Bob Lazar does not match good with. I had a cousin who worked in the military, and he was a very smart guy. Finished the cybernetics university, the military academy with straight A's, and the cybernetics university with straight A's. And then he also made IT university with straight A's. And as he was working in the military, he didn't have a high rank, but his position was more important than the rank. They have a special name for this in my country. But he was talking directly with my country's generals, and he was the supervisor of the radar system, one of the area radar system. My country's radar system is split into three regions, big areas. And one of these areas, my cousin was supervising. And in 1994, 95, something like this, he had an alarm at the military base. He didn't came home for like 3 days. He was sleeping, eating, and working in the military base when these alarms happen. And when he came back home, he told me he had this alarm and that he saw on the radar a unidentified object, flying object, but big as a city. And he couldn't say exact shape of it. Like he said, it was made of very big parallelograms. That's all they saw. But they didn't know it's metal, it's plastic, it's whatever, cement. He couldn't tell. And they sent airplanes in recognition of that flying object. And the pilots said that they see nothing in that place. So
they couldn't reach them, right?
They were flying towards it. My cousin told him that they have a intersecting trajectory, like they will.
But they couldn't reach him. Something like this was recorded in the Caribbean as well. They saw like this thing in the sky, and they tried to reach it with airplanes, and they couldn't.
Yeah. My cousin gave order to change their flight path, like official military change of flight path. They gave him his order, and one of the pilots ignored the order. He said that it is a clear day, very good visibility. There's nothing in front of me, and he fly through that area, through that object, like. He went inside, and when he got into that area, his plane, all fuel combustion was off, all electronics went down, and he said that he found, after interviewing the report, because the plane crashed, but before crashing, his ejecting seat got triggered only when the plane was like 100 meters from the ground, and that was not enough for the parachute to deploy and everything. So the pilot hit the ground very hard, and he broke his spine and stuff. He got crippled for life. And now my cousin told me all this story. He said it's a military secret. He cannot go officially in the media and tell this, but he can tell me because it's a unofficial tell story, you know. I have no proof for this, so I cannot prove this true or not, you know. And he also explained to me that when you talk with military men, they can tell you many things which they really believe it's like they tell them, but actually even they themselves can be deceived. You know, they are part of a big mission, but their role into that mission is very small, and they don't really understand or comprehend the whole mission. It's not many people who really know what the real mission is, you know, in these military missions, and statements. And if my cousin told me if he was to go to a journalist and tell him all these secrets, he would have get in prison, in military prison, and never be seen again. You know, like that's how bad it is. And so this is what Bob Lazar's story doesn't add up. You know, he was like supported by mainstream media to come and do these shows. You know, he wrote the books and all these publishing book publishing institutions. They took his book, they published it in many volumes, and they made so much advertising. They really did a hard work to sell his book, to push it to the people, to buy it, read it, and believe it, you know, or not truly believe it, but to make the people believe a made up story, you know. So, yeah.
Yes, very interesting what you said.
And sadly, my cousins commit suicide about 5 years later.
Sorry for hearing that.
It was a surprise for me. I never believe in capable, but I kind of understand him. He got to believe things which could not explain.
Yes,
I'm sure he wanted to get rid of this military life.
Yeah, many things, you know. Many things he pass, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes one guy just can handle everything.
And at that time, this UFO alien conspiracy, it was like holding me back from fully giving myself to the government narrative. You know, I always suspected. It helped me to be suspicious about governmental trust. So, but now I know that is a utter conspiracy. Just keep our mind distracted from investigating the truth.
Yes, they, you know, they do a lot of UFO documentaries, but no conclusion, you know.
Yeah. Well, we have mankind has in museums so many ancient ceramic with all sorts of depictions and writings, and even golden artifacts, gold artifacts older than the pyramids themselves. So, and in my country, for example, we have an academician who actually discovered that the Eastern Europeans, they were living, they were making golden artifacts and jewelry in the Paleolithic time, which date from the Paleolithic time, not by carbon dating or things like this. How he managed to date these artifacts being so old was by using the translation, the stories which were depicted in these tablets and artifacts, and the manufacturing process, and also comparing to ancient Greek mythology writings. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, and this is history version which they are hiding from us. They are hiding the truth. You know, when you go to school, they tell us, "Oh, the man back in the days, he started coming down from the trees, and all of a sudden we have the Stone Age. You know, a primitive man."
Yes, and
But yeah,
the theory
but we
of evolution.
yeah. And then he ran into the caves to live in the caves, you know, caveman. And when I look actually what it means, this when they say that man came down from the trees. The trees are actually our natural food source. So people back in the days, when they were hungry, they were climbing a tree and get fruit, all sorts of fruits, you know, and eat, and seeds. And when they gave up this, it was in the times of Osiris. Osiris invented agriculture. So,
was it in season? Because they will eat. Normally, I remember eating a lot of fruit when I was young, but it was certain seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and
all their mockery has a justification, and this justification is to cut us down from the contact with nature, with our true state of existence, you know.
Yes,
the less we know about our lifestyle, the true lifestyle, and the less we know about the nature of our home. If we don't know where we are living, that's a huge problem. You cannot know who you are. You know?
Yes. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
Looking for the truth.
Yeah.
We are truth seekers, you know?
Yeah.
And that is this guy in YouTube, and this guy, Mad Fossil University, that you hear about, where he talks about petrified giants and trees. Mad Fossil University. But this guy doesn't accept the flat earth, you know. Some flat earths talk there, but he doesn't accept. He still believe we are in the globe. I post
even many people, many guys here, they have a rich database. I've seen, for example, like Jimbo has many pictures with these ancient giants, and simulacrums. The simulacrums are like big stone, like a mountain, which looks like the face of a man, like it's been sculpted. But they say
yes.
nature did that, erosion, and by lottery luck, the nature sculpted it the same like the face of a man or the body of a man, or that's
well, I remember like in the let's say in the Spanish culture or people that speak Spanish, I remember they describing the mountains as the nose of the nose, right? They call it the eye, the arm, the neck. They will describe a whole body, and they're talking about the mountains that we're living around.
Fallen.
Oh, the nose of the nose of the mountain. Like, okay, they call it a nose, and the eye. You go up to this. This is the eye. Like, okay, the eye, and the eye will water will come out of the eye.
And when they when they mock the caveman, actually, if you study, if you go in a very deep, long cave where you have water, most of them have a source of water. Almost all the caves in the world. They actually are the one and the same thing with what we call the mother's womb. You have water and you have constant temperature. You have no season. No sun is burning you. No winter cold is biting. And I have stories from ancient monks who, and also in Zamolxism religion, Zamolxis himself was he was a monk who people believe that he was talking directly to the God creator, and in his history, they say that Zamolxis actually retreat from the world into a deep cave, and he was living there for like hundreds of years, decades, without food, without anything. All he had was darkness, silence, and water, and no seasons. And he was able, he believed that he could live forever if he was staying in that cave. And it pretty much makes sense, like life starts in a mother's womb, and it's a very peaceful 9 months, the most peaceful.
Okay, thanks. Yes, you know there's a lot of places we can see faces in the mountains.
Yeah. Even in Romania, we have a biggest mountain. In the 1900s, someone made a picture, and like before springtime, and the mountain it's the biggest mountain. It has 2,800 meters. The whole mountain looked like a very old man's face, And at the bottom of the mountain, there was stones and snow, but it really looked like it's this old man's long beard, white beard.
Here in Portugal, we have Serra da Estrela. It's the highest mountain in the Portugal, you know,
Yeah.
Serra da Estrela. So we have some rocks with faces, and in the school they say, it was the rain that made that.
Yeah, erosion.
But it's amazing. After these years, you know, you find this a lot of pictures that people find, and
I know they told me, the teachers told me in schools too, to really use these words. Nature made these miraculous wonders, sculpture.
Yes, like you know, in this live stream by Stex,
Yeah.
someone posted these petrified trees, you know, and these hexagonal things, you know, they think it was the nature, but I think it was a tree. So it's amazing. And sometimes people. Yes.
If when you are Portuguese, if you study your people's culture, ancient culture, and you should be able to find like books which have been banned from ordinary people access, you know, or like illegal. Yeah. If you read one of those books which speak about your people's history and look into Romanian traditions and culture, you will find that they are very, very similar. You know, we have the same clothing style, and those designs on the clothing depicting the same symbols, the same stories, you know, every
amazing.
pattern. Yeah.
I know that in Romania there's a mountain that has the shape of a pyramid, you know, a big pyramid.
Yeah. We have.
But they want to occult that. They don't want us to know.
They don't want to accept it's a built pyramid. They say it's a natural, you know, phenomena. Yeah.
An archaeologist, archaeologist insisted, and he was doing research in that. He found that it's not man-made. It is no, sorry, it was not nature-made. It is man-made.
Yeah.
And it is interesting, but we are in this worry between what they want us to know and what they accept and what they don't accept, because
you
this,
know, the funny thing,
this
you are Portuguese, and I have a house in the mountains, and behind the mountain, which is in front of my house, there is a underwater cave, and a team of Portuguese people, scuba divers, they came and they went inside that cave, and they found there a skeleton of a man and a child, and they claim these evolution theorists and stuff. Now they take this skeleton as evidence for cross species between Homo sapiens sapiens and the Neanderthal. Like it's a breed. But I don't believe that official narrative story. It's very likely that was a very old man, which skeleton, after living to 100 years, the skeleton begins to change shape. And if you live 300 years, the human skeleton will be looking very much like Neanderthal skeleton. It modifies, it becomes more robust, more strong, you know.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah. But today, because we don't live so many years, we die way before 100 years, we don't get to develop that kind of skeleton.
Yes, and do you know, in Egypt, they hide the shape of the head of Tutankhamun. It is elongated, you know. They hide that. They did a radio X-ray.
X-ray, scan.
And the head
MRI
is
also, yeah.
But they are still hiding us the truth, you know.
Yeah.
But here we are fighting that to the truth come up. So
it's kind of futile, you know. It's only about self-education. If you want to go into an institution and like educational system, you are not allowed. You get access to this kind of research, and it's kind of hard to exclude this narrative, which actually the educational system, these professors and PhDs, they are working, building and strengthening this official narrative that the government wants to be pushed. When you when you get in that system, it's hard to take that away and stick with the fact.
They are like Agent Smith, like in the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. True.
They fight to save the system.
yeah.
That system.
Very well said.
Play system.
It's a very good analogy.
Okay, so you know, I before I was a flat earther, I was trying to find the truth. You know, a lot of things, and here we are today.
Yeah.
I think sometimes those that are in the military high ranks, you know.
Yeah.
Or like Stanley Kubrick, you know, they know that they are in the middle of that truth, and they want us to know something, you know. So you know that Stanley Kubrick did that some movies, you know, like The Shining, and he put some subliminary things in that movie about the Apollo 11.
Yeah.
That. He made that. Because he was invited, you know, by NASA, and the other guy, C. Clarke, I think, that made
Arthur
the
C.
history
Clarke,
of Superman. Okay, so there's a photo where these guys are walking with other guys of NASA. So I think
when you study the story, the fictitious story of Superman, you actually find that it is inspired from ancient Greek mythology and this Jewish Kabbalistic and also Christian Bible. The Superman character is
like Jesus.
No,
with superpowers.
No, he is the impersonation of Lucifer, but being presented in the image of Adam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they present it to you like Adam, but they use the character of Lucifer to pose like Adam, because Lucifer is capable of posing as any person in the world. He can be anyone. Lucifer posed himself to Eve as God himself. So.
And I was remember too, like the Werner von Braun from NASA, one of the fathers of in his grave in the cemetery. It is right there. Psalms 19:1, and I think he was trying to passing us the message about the truth, the firmament. Because if you see those in the Bible, you find the word firmament, and if you search the word firmament, you in the Google, you go on the first one that you search, it is Wikipedia, the flat earth model. It is interesting. I think those people like Stanley Kubrick and Werner von Braun, they couldn't speak to us the truth directly, but they want to us to know something,
I think more like these clowns were actually kind of laughing on us,
Yes, I saw a video in YouTube.
Yeah.
It was a female worker, a woman that worked in NASA, and she was she did this interview to someone. I saw she was talking about that in the GPL, laboratory in the NASA.
Yeah, propulsion laboratory.
So she was working there, and so someday they have Apaches, and